office. It's everywhere, and it isn't even writing. It's just careless scrawling with paint. Outrageous.
Oh, my, who could have done such a thing?
I suppose they think they're funny. Probably some mischievous children.
Oh! Mr. Mayor, come and look at this. There's even more of that scrawling out here on the building, too.
What? Oh. Why, I'll find out who did this and have him arrested.
There's Boo Bear and the other children. I wonder what they're up to. That's great, Floppy. It'll make a perfect background for our production of Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, and it's almost finished.
So it was you did it, Robert. No good putting on your innocent act with me. I know it was you that scrawled paint all over the walls of the city hall and my office.
Huh? What do you mean, Mr. Mayor? Huh?
I caught you red-handed with the brush and the paint in your hand.
We're just painting a set, Mr. Mayor. It's for a play we're going to put on next week, a production of Romeo and Juliet.
So, you won't admit it. Why, it's even the same color paint you've got.
Who could have done it?
It's awful.
There's paint all over the place. Whoever did it is mean.
So you still insist it wasn't you that did this awful scrawling?
We swear we never did this scrawling.
No, it wasn't us. And if any of us had done any scrawling, it would have been a lot better than this sloppy stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Balderdash! Don't be silly. There's no such thing as good scrawling.
I've got to admit, it does look like our paint, all right. Yeah, but it's insulting to accuse us of making such poor scrawling. All they have to do is look at what we've painted to know we could do better than that.
Those scrawlings must have been done by someone with no artistic talent whatsoever. There's no design.
Still, I guess we shouldn't blame Mr. Mayor for being so angry. It's such a mess.
But we're not guilty.
We'd better find out who did do that scrawling, or they'll go on blaming us. Hey, Floppy, let's be detectives and solve the case.
Right, we'll do it.
Oh, yes, you can find the villain. Oh, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. I was hoping you'd do that again. They always solve the case. Oh. It's raining! Quick, get our stuff under cover.
One thing I don't understand is how he managed to do all that scrawling up on the ceiling.
You think it was a man from outer space?
Huh?
Elementary, my dear Watson. There's a step ladder just beside you. That's how we reach the ceiling.
I see. So at last we have a definite clue to the character of our villain. He's not afraid of heights.
An interesting deduction. Perhaps the mayor would be pleased with us if we painted over some of the scrawlings.
Ah, certainly, Mr. Holmes.
So you were up there putting some more scrawlings on my wall, were you?
Oh, no, Mr. Mayor.
We were just trying to paint over some of the scrawlings that were already there.
I see you're wearing disguises now. What does that mean? It looks very suspicious to me, pretending you're someone else, and you were in here destroying valuable evidence.
We're just making things worse.
I guess you're right. The only way we'll ever convince anybody that we didn't do these wall scrawlings is to catch the person who did.
I'm gonna catch the villain who did the scrawling and lock him up. That feels better. Huh? Whoa! This villain has got to be stopped. He's ruining my life. My papers. He sneaked in and painted my face.
Huh? Whoa! Oh!
when I'm asleep. That's going too far. And the walls you painted over yesterday have you scrawling all over them this morning. What's the big idea? It doesn't make any sense. Are you just doing it to torment me?
Mr. Mayor, please come and have a look at this. The same guy has been scrawling all over our background painting.
And now I'm sure you understand that we're not the guilty ones. We wouldn't scrawl all over our painting.
We can't put on our play. Mr. Mayor, you've got to catch the villain that did this. You've got to stop him.
Yes, I have to have him stopped. Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, don't just stand there. Go and track down this dastardly villain so I can lock him up. I'm counting on you.
Right, Mr. Mayor.
It's Weather and Mingle. You scared me. Hello, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson. Weather says he knows who's been doing all that scrolling. Oh, really?
Please, Weather, tell us.
You're Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. You can figure it out if you try. I'll give you an important clue. It's going to rain again tonight.
Dr. Watson, let's wait here till the scrawler shows up.
Why do you suppose the rain is a clue to who the guilty villain is?
Good question, Dr. Watson. But there are some questions even Sherlock Holmes cannot answer.
I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'll stay up and catch the scrawler.
No, the great Sherlock Holmes sleeps like anybody else.
Don't do that. It tickles.
What's going on? Stop walking on me.
Hey, you've got to stop that. It tickles.
A horrible monster!
Oh. I've caught the villain scrawler.
As always, Mr. Holmes has tracked down the villain. Hooray! Hooray! We did it! What do we tell everyone?
Good work, Mr. Holmes. I knew you'd find out who made the scrawls.
But Weather, how did you know the snails were doing the scrawl?
These little fellows are called apple snails. There are hundreds of them around, and they're particularly fond of rain. Whenever it rains, they crawl around looking for food. This is what they do to eucalyptus leaves.
And this big tree is where a lot of apple snails have their home.
We're sorry, Mr. Mayor. It was our paint that they all got into.
It's nothing to worry about, but just be sure you put the covers back on your paint cans every night.
We will.
And Mr. Mayor, you'd better close your doors before you go to sleep at night.
Yes, you're right.
Well, I'm glad you managed to solve a difficult case so successfully.
With the help of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, it was easy.